once they start playing with all of this and creating stuff, when we're older, it's going to be incredible what they've put together.
When that was your point of that Fibonacci kid who came up with the solar array.
That's a little side story. I saw it and I thought it was cute, so I thought you'd like it.
Well, I think what it means is that they will look at things in a fresh way, that perhaps a more elemental way or elementary way, but they will raise questions that you or I would not ask because, well, we've already studied this. We wouldn't ask questions like that. And so, therefore, Hugh and engineers like him are going to be tested in a new direction, perhaps, with young involvement.
Right. I have to tell you something. Do you have an iPad?
I've seen them and I've touched one, yes.
Okay. There's a chess game on the iPad, free chess game. My iPad is all of, a month and a half old. Anyway, I downloaded the application for that, and have you played against computers, chess?
It's gotten more difficult. That's what I've found.
Well, that's true. Well, it took me, I think, a week and a half. And last night, for the first time, I beat it.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, but I beat it because I had to really revise many ways in terms of how I approached it. And one of those was observing my son playing, where I realized they have an undo button when you do that, when you play the game, and therefore I could undo my moves 3 or 4 moves back, and I learned always what the computer would do if I did these things. Now, most people that I play with, they're not so consistent, but because they were consistent, the difference between me and the computer playing is I had a memory.
Ah.
Okay? And the fact that I had a memory enabled me to block and tackle my computer program in the following games, and I had to work it through, but I'm at the stage now where I've beaten it, which comes back to the original Kasparov against Deep Blue combat. I am now absolutely convinced that he would have won had he had more time with Deep Blue, because Deep Blue was always doing everything based on calculations and looking at all the moves going out, and that's a new form of intelligence, but it's not necessarily a better form of intelligence. It comes back to the old arguments. Anyway.
Did you just simply...
discussed a long time ago, isn't it?
Right. Is this something that you just tried a sacrifice that it was not expecting?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You never win that way. It is a question. The computer will play ahead 4, 5, 6 moves, okay, but you can beat it as long as you know what scenarios that comes to.
Ah, okay. Knowing that it...
do that,
right.
There are little moves that you can do, but I have to, the way I learned which ones they were, okay, is through repetition.
Sure. And,
okay?
What's nice is I see an analogy also to the kids getting involved with translation of the Hugh Davis Solar High Vision, because I think if you put a bunch of kids together and tell them, look, there needs to be a PowerPoint that really explains, because this is just a very flat, engineer type website.
Right.
We should have 5, 10 different visions of what it would mean to me as a person.
Yes, I completely agree with you.
So,
Good.
and
Good.
yeah, so we'll see how the future evolves. And what's nice is that Hugh says that he has some sort of relative who's he's going to be interviewing with. In other words, just getting a lot of information onto audio or
Yes,
video.
I encouraged him for that.
Yeah.
I guess he's picking up on that.
That's good. That's good. Because I told him the lessons he has, particularly about how the space shuttle was chosen, that procedure needs to be ingrained in the next generation so that we are aware of, is this really the best choice that we've got? What is the choice that if you had 5 more months, you would be telling us about?
Right. Well, those are all the critical aspects, and I tell you, those engineers that are involved. I mean, I'm so sorry that Klaus Heiss has passed away, but understanding the essential elements of not the engineering is easy. Okay, that's really the easiest part of the solution. It's the other parts of the solution, which laws apply, how the economics work together, and then the politics. Those are very tough challenges that so far nobody's been able to correctly address.
Well, it sounds fascinating, and it certainly gets me interested in living long enough to see one of these things up there.
Oh, it's the size of a Grand Coulee Dam.
Yeah.
We have all the resources already, and have tackled far bigger projects than this here in the United States. So it is not. This is not. This is not rocket
science. That's probably the tagline. Solar high. It's not rocket science. Great talking with you, John. I know we both have to go someplace.
And listen, everything going okay with Taylor, because I haven't spoken to him since I put him in contact with you.
Yeah, I think, if you don't hear anything, that means